Hello guys, we have started a new series of interview question and answer on DevOps. If you're looking for a career in DevOps or you're looking for a position as a DevOps engineer, you can follow our series. We will be covering all the question and answers for DevOps beginner or experienced professionals. So we will be covering tools like GitHub, Docker, Maven, Ansible, Terraform, Amazon Web Service, Jenkins and Kubernetes. So stay tuned and subscribe our channel for all interview questions and answers related to DevOps.
If you are starting your career as a DevOps engineer, then this tutorial would be best for you. In this tutorial, I am going to discuss various interview questions for a DevOps engineer. Today we will discuss about Docker. So before Docker, we had a concept of virtualization. So interviewer might ask the questions about virtualization also. So what is virtualization? Virtualization, it is the process of partitioning a physical server into multiple virtual servers. After partitioning, the virtual servers act and perform just as a physical server. So we are having a only single server and that we are partitioning into multiple servers. So these virtual versions are created from a single physical hardware system. So essentially it means that the same hardware setup, you are making it more efficient, thereby freeing the resources for the other task. So it is a technique that transforms your physical resources into logical resources. And this virtualization is achieved by using hypervisor. So a software called as hypervisor is used to split up your resources. The virtual environment created by the hypervisor is called as virtual machine. So once you mention about this hypervisor, the next question the interviewer might ask about what is hypervisor. Hypervisor is a software that makes the virtualization possible. It is also called as virtual machine monitor. It divides the host system and allocates the resources to each divided virtual environment. So, in other words, you can have multiple operating system on a single host system. So here you can see there are two types of hypervisors, type 1 and type 2. So what is type 1 hypervisor? It is also called as native hypervisor or bare metal hypervisor. It runs directly on the underlying host system. Here you can see the diagram. So hypervisor is directly running on the underlying host system. So having the direct access to host system's hardware and hence does not require a base server operating system. So you are not having base operating system in type 1 hypervisor. So directly over the hardware you are installing the hypervisor and using this hypervisor you are creating various virtual machines and each virtual machine is having its own operating system. So this is type 1 and in most of the companies type 1 hypervisor is used. And type 2 hypervisor, so this kind of hypervisor makes use of the underlying host operating system. So here in the diagram you can see over the hardware we are having the host operating system. Over the host operating system we are installing this hypervisor. So that's why it is called as hosted hypervisor. So then coming to the Docker concepts. What is containerization? It is better you explain this containerization concept with an example. Try to answer this question in your own words. So don't tell the by-hearted definition. So try to understand and answer. So what happens usually in the software development process, code developed on one machine might not work perfectly on other machine. For example, code might be working in the development environment, but it is not working in the testing environment. So this problem was solved using this containerization concept. So basically, an application that is being developed and deployed is bundled and wrapped together with all its configuration files and dependencies. This bundle is called as container. So in container, we are going to wrap the application and the dependencies, whatever the configuration files and dependencies are there in order to run that application. So all those are bundled together, and we are going to deploy this wrapped bundle, and this bundle is called as a container. So now when you wish to run the application on other system, the container is deployed, which will give a bug-free environment as all the dependencies libraries are wrapped together. So whenever you deploy your application using containers, so you'll get a bug-free environment because your container contains all the necessary dependencies and libraries needed to run that application. So most famous containerization environment is Docker and Kubernetes. After this containerization, so one of the most important interview question either for experienced or beginners is differentiate between virtualization and containerization. So this question could be asked like this also, differentiate between virtual machine and containers. So either way you have to answer the same points. So here you can refer the diagram also to see the difference between virtualization and containerization. So each virtual machine runs its own operating system, and all container shares the host operating system. So refer the figure for virtual machine architecture. You can see each VM is having its own guest operating system. Whereas in container architecture, so there is no operating system inside the containers. The containers are not containing the operating system. So that's why your virtual machines are said to be heavyweight and high resource usage. But containers are lightweight and they provide less resource usage. Then coming to the next difference. So these virtual machines are fully isolated. One machine is not having any connection with the other machine. So that's why they are more secure. But compared to containerization, so here containers are less secure and they are isolated only at the process level. And here virtualization is done at the hardware level because your hardware is going to partition into different virtual resources. So hardware level virtualization is done, whereas in containerization, virtualization is done at the operating system level. And startup time for virtualization is in minutes and it is a slow process, whereas startup time for containers is in milliseconds. So they are fast compared to that of virtual machines. So these are the 5 basic differences that you need to mention. So next coming to what is Docker. So Docker is a containerization platform which packages your application and all its dependencies together in the form of containers, so as to ensure that your application works seamlessly in any environment, be it development environment, test environment or production environment. So Docker is a containerization tool, only don't tell that much. So you tell that, so it packages the application along with dependencies in the form of container, so that when you deploy the containers to the different environments, your application will run without bugs. So Docker containers wrap a piece of software in complete file system that contains everything needed to run. That is, whatever is needed to run that application, everything is wrapped together in the container. So that is code, runtime, system tools, system libraries, everything is wrapped. So it wraps basically anything that can be installed on a server. So this guarantees that software will always run the same regardless of the environment. Any environment you run the software, it will run the same. Then coming to what is Docker container. So Docker containers include your application and the dependencies. So it shares the kernel with other containers. So your Docker containers are sharing the kernel. They are running as isolated processes in user space on the host operating system. They utilize the same host operating system. They don't have their own operating system. Even they share the kernel. And Docker containers are not tied to any specific infrastructure. So they run on any computer on any infrastructure and in any cloud. So Docker containers are basically runtime instances of Docker images. So container is nothing but a running instance of your Docker image. Once you mention this definition, the next question would be, what is Docker image? Then coming to the next question, what is Docker image? So Docker image, it is the source for creating your Docker containers. In other words, Docker images are used to create containers. When a user runs a Docker image, an instance of container is created. These Docker images can be deployed to any Docker environment. So containers we cannot share. Assume that something I want to share to the testing environment. So from the development environment, I want to share something to the testing environment. Then these containers are there. No, we cannot share these containers. Suppose this is a container, then this container cannot be shared. So we cannot share this container. So what we have to do? This container's image we need to create. So first create the image of this container. Then this image can be shared. So this is about Docker image. Using this Docker image, then again containers can be created. The next question is, what is Docker Hub? So your Docker images you are going to share, no? So using these images, you are going to create the Docker containers. So where we are going to share these images? There has to be a registry where these Docker images live. So this registry we are calling it as a Docker Hub. So Docker Hub is nothing but a registry to store your Docker images. So user can go to that store and pick up whichever image he wants, and he can create a container out of that image. So user can pick up images from Docker Hub and use them to create customized images and containers. Currently, the Docker Hub is the world's largest public repository of image containers. So lot of thousands of images are available on the Docker Hub. So users can use those images. So they can download those images and create the containers out of those. So the next question is, explain Docker architecture. So this is very important question. So Docker architecture consists of a Docker engine, which is a client server application with three major components. Your Docker architecture follows client server application. So it consists of a Docker engine with three major components. So those are, so it consists of a server, which is a type of long running program called as daemon process. So it consists of a server, and second, a REST API which specifies interfaces that programs can use to talk to the daemon and instruct it what to do. So your client can communicate to the server via this REST API. So this REST API is used to specify what the server has to do. So the client will send the request to the server via this REST API. So we utilize the command line interface from the client. So this CLI uses the Docker REST API to control and interact with the Docker daemon through scripting or direct CLI commands. So both ways are supported, either through scripting or via CLI commands. So the client can communicate with the server via the REST API. How many components are there? So in the Docker, we are having basically three components: Docker client, Docker host, and Docker registry. So what is Docker client? So Docker client, this component performs build and run operations for the purpose of opening communication with the Docker host. So in order to open the communication with the host, Docker client performs two operations. One is build and other one is run. So here in the diagram you can see the client. So it will perform Docker build and Docker run operations in order to establish the communication between the Docker host. Then Docker host. So this component has main Docker daemon and it hosts containers and their associated images. So your Docker host component, it contains Docker daemon, so refer the figure, and it hosts the containers. Different containers are stored in this Docker host and images. So this daemon establishes the connection with the Docker registry. So Docker host establishes the connection with the Docker registry. What is this Docker registry? So this component stores Docker images. All your Docker images are stored in the registry. So an example might be Docker Hub. So there can be a public registry or we can create our own private registry. So the famous public registries are Docker Hub and the Docker Cloud. So these are some of the basic questions that might be asked in the interview. So in the coming future videos, we will discuss more questions about different DevOps tools. Thank you.